Sup guys, it's DG Tyzzer here, episode 5 of my Riven guide. Quickly before we get into that, I'm just going to quickly do a quick announcement. I've said quick quite a lot of times, so we're quickly going to do that. And yeah, I'll just say this. So, Tyzzer. Why not DG Tyzzer? I'll explain that real quick. The reason being that is that because I'm a Riven player, my playstyle is high progressive, fight, win lane, snowball lane, carry, assassin, squishy sort of champion. The current meta in teams is a lot of tanks and mages, and for me playing a tank is really boring. That's why you never see me play a tank in any of my Twitch streams. I hate tanks because it's boring. All you have to do is sit there and farm and do nothing, and it's really boring. I really hate it. So over the past few days, me and the manager have been discussing and talking and saying that my playstyle and my talent is being wasted playing a tank. So in the end, we decided I'm going to step down from the top laner of DG and I'm going to move on to being, I'm still a part of DG, but I'm just a content creator for them. So I'm not part of the main team. I'm a content creator for the team now. I still do stream on Twitch, so don't worry about that, guys. You can still come in, tune in, watch me play Riven, kick some ass, learn some stuff, do all those good bits and bobs. What I'm going to do is I've also got a YouTube channel. I'm going to put all my highlights and bits on the stream there. Got a Dying Light playthrough going right now. So if you want to click in the top right hand corner, which is the next episode, and my YouTube channel and my Twitch will be in the top left hand corner. So make sure that you guys click on those. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow my Twitch. It will be very much appreciated. So apologise for the interference. Without further ado, let's get into episode 5. So roaming. Post 6, Riven's going to be roaming a lot. You want to be roaming a lot as Riven. You do split push as well. But the good thing about Riven is if you get ahead in lane, you might not need to use your ult to kill your lane opponent. If you don't need to use your ult to kill your lane opponent, you can use that then to go to another lane and get another kill. The reason why you want to roam post 6 majority of the time is your ult gives you passive AD when you activate it. It gives you a huge burst when you use the second proc of it when they're 25% health or less. Even 50% health or less is quite a huge amount of damage, but it's better to use it when they're even lower. Just that alone, you can go to a lane, you can use third Q, knock someone up, stun them and burst them. It's going to be you and one person versus another person, unless you get counter ganked, which the jungler can come and then it's 3v2. But still, you can roam, take a tower, do all those sorts of things. If you use TP, you can go bot lane, and you can kill two people with kill two birds with one stone. You use a TP, you kill two people. The worst thing that can happen is if they flash, use all their exhausts, heals and escape, but they've burnt their summoner spells and that's really good. So make sure you do roam post 6. Pre 6 is also good, but you don't have the kill potential you do at 6 and onwards. Then again, if you manage to kill your lane opponent and you're still healthy, so push the wave, make sure it hits tower and resets, then go roam. That's probably the best thing to do if you are able to kill your lane opponent without using your ult. Don't forget to use Qs and Es to move faster on the map. This comes into sort of point with the last episode, I should say. I believe it was the last episode. Traversing the map. So, traversing the map is basically jumping over walls and using your abilities to move around the map quicker. This is exactly what I mean. Jump over walls, you can use it to escape, you can use it to chase people. There's a lot of ways you can use it. So don't forget to use the wall hops with third Q. If you have TP, you can TP roam. Say, for example, you're in top lane or you're walking to top lane or you're just doing whatever you're around in the jungle and you have TP. You see a fight break out in bot. If there's minions behind the enemy opponents, you can TP to those minions and they'll have to be like, oh shit, flash, run, Riven's coming. So having a TP is always good because it can turn a 2v2 that's a losing 2v2 into a 3v2 that you are now winning because there's an extra body there. So you can also save a teammate's life by TPing as well if they're going to get killed. Say Lee Sin's chasing a low health support, you TP in. It's either Lee Sin kills the support and you kill Lee Sin, or Lee Sin backs off and your support survives. Again, it's good to have TP, but then again it really comes into sort of consideration if you want to be a team player or if you want to be a solo player. If opportunity arises, steal enemy buffs. This is definitely true. If you know that the jungler took their buff at a certain minute, time that, and then go back roughly about the time it spawns. Make sure you bring a ward or a sweeper, something like that, so you can see the enemy jungler coming, and you could potentially either get a free kill or a free buff. You could even get both. So think about it. You know that Lee Sin's buff is up, red buff is up in 1 minute. Go back, buy some wards, prep yourself, tell your jungler or even your mid laner that you're gonna go kill Lee Sin. They see, oh, kill Lee Sin. Alright, I'm coming. So in 1 minute you go to their red buff, Lee Sin comes around, he's just like Hiku, Hiku. He's hitting that red buff, doing what he does, being blind. So you've come to Lee Sin's red, he's say half health, he's about to kill red buff, you ult EQ burst, Lee Sin's dead. He didn't even see it coming. And you've got a free red buff. So now you go to lane, you have a free red buff. That's extra damage, that's extra slows. You can probably even kill your lane opponent because of now you have red buff. So yeah, roaming is really good on Riven. It does get you ahead and it can keep you ahead. And also keep your opponents down, especially Lee Sin. Alright guys, so here I'm going to roam down. I just cleared that wave so Aurelia has to deal with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roam down to the mid because my mid has been quite pushed in. We're quite badly losing, I should say, this game. But I see Caitlyn out of position there. She does ward there, but she still tries to fight me. And because I roam down, I'm able to get her. So I burst her. I know she's going to die from my ignite because my ignite does the amount of damage. As you saw, I clicked on her health there at the end. And there. That's a simple roam. I used my ult to kill Caitlyn. I quickly clicked on her as I ignited her to check her health to see if she was going to die from my ignite. She was, so I left her. Then I ran down to Ezreal and I killed Ezreal. The only way Caitlyn would have survived that is if she would have had heal, but she didn't. So I got free kill from her, and then Ezreal was out of position as well, so I killed him. Alright, I'm going to quickly show you this. So as you can see, I can see Jace getting golems because I had a ward placed. I burst him down, I used my flash, I don't need to use ignite there, but I used my ult and everything just to get him. So, part of the roaming, I'm going to come down and come to mid because we want to take mid tower. I see Ahri out of position, so I ping it for my teammates to come down and get it. Lissandra sees, so I'm going to go in, get Ahri. Lissandra's going to come in, she sees that there. Alright, so because Lissandra saw me fighting Riven, I pinged. Me roaming down to the mid, catching out Ahri at her raptors, Lissandra following up, and that was a free kill. And that's all because of me roaming to mid and applying pressure after killing Jace, because there's no one top lane to help top. Alright, so this is another point on roaming. As you can see, me and Kha'Zix has just taken that tower in the top lane. We're going to roam all the way down to mid, through mid, to their red buff. Because as you see in a moment, I'm going to ping missing on the enemy red buff. There we go. And we're going to move around the back of red buff, and we're going to see if we can make a pick. See if the red buff is even up. So we're going to walk around, find the red buff there, and we're going to take that. Because everybody loves a red buff. And then Cassiopeia gets engaged upon on the top. So, obviously, she lands a good ult. So, go in. So that's one. I got hooked by Thresh, so I want to back out. I use my ult across because they all clump up. Ahri comes in and uses her charm, so I flash stun. I get exhausted, unfortunately, so I'm not the one who gets that kill. So she got quite low. But Corki gets a double kill. I got a double kill. And that's all because I decided to roam down. Imagine if I wasn't in that team fight. I wouldn't have been able to output the damage during that team fight, and it would have been a 4 v. Well, it started out as a 3v4, then turned into a 4v4 at the end of that. But it would have been a 3v3 that turns into a 4v3 against my team. So lucky I was there. That enabled us to get 4 kills, and we're going to take this tower here now. So we'll move on to team fighting and positioning. Flash is one of the most important things on Riven. I will have to say. Her ult is very important as well, but if you're talking about some of the spells, Flash, definitely. With Flash, you can initiate after your tank. If your tank goes in and gets like a 3-man knockup, you can go in after them, burst the people that he's hit, and you more or less likely will win the team fight because of that. You can instantly burst squishies or out of position targets. Say for example, if an enemy Cassiopeia goes to her blue buff and you're killing Scuttle below blue buff, or above blue buff depending on what side of the map you're on, she goes to blue buff and there's a team fight sort of brewing in mid. She goes off to blue, you're a Scuttle, go get her, go get the bitch. You have flash, you can kill her, as long as she isn't super fed and you're super behind, but you can kill her. And then that's a 5v4, and you can win that fight, take mid, and taking tower, take an inhibitor maybe. So, flash is really good for catching out of position targets, especially ADs, because ADs are squishy and they don't have Zhonya's. So, you can use it to reposition yourself to get to squishy targets. In team fight, say like you're being blocked by 3 tanks, just wail on the tanks, and then you see the enemy, say AD Ezreal come in. He's like, he eases in, he starts queuing everyone, he ults across. You're like, ah, screw this. You can flash and burst Ezreal. Where, if you don't have flash, you can't. You have to sort of fight through the front line. So again, flash is really critical in a team fight. Without flash, these are the points without flash. So you have to play safer, obviously, because you can't flash to escape. You can't flash to dodge. Say, for example, if Malphite ults, you can't flash and dodge that. You're going to get knocked up by that, and that's going to be followed up by other CC and other damage, and you may die from that. So, trying to flank and cut off enemy escape routes as well. Say for example your team's coming from mid to Baron, you're coming from top to Baron. This is Baron River in the middle here. Enemy team is getting Baron. You're sandwiching them, and they're all thinking, oh shit, do they flash over or escape over Baron wall, or do they come out and fight you guys? But the initial reaction to a team fight is the squishies go to the back, away from the big clump of threat, and the tank line, right, is in front of the squishies, and you're up here. You're a little Riven up here that sees the squishies right in front of her. You're gonna blow the shit out of them, and then your tank line's like, oh fuck, we have to block Riven, but we have to block the back line. Who do we block? And they get completely fucked because they don't know who to block. If they block them, you're gonna kill the squishies. If they block you, then your team's gonna kill the squishies. So it's really using your initiative and sort of your knowledge of who's fed and sort of things like that to judge whether it's good to flank. Obviously, if you're like 0 and 10, it's not the best idea to flank because the enemy will just jump on you and kill you instantly before you can do anything. And also make sure your team is near when you flank, because if you're coming from top to Baron and your team's clearing waves in mid, if the enemy team sees you and sees your team still mid, you're gonna die because they're gonna like, oh, quick, get her while she's out of position. So make sure your team is near when you do a flank. Make sure you try to coordinate it as well. So right, in this clip here, Blitz has just got called out and the enemy team is gonna go Baron. They are slightly behind, double their kills, slightly behind. But I'm gonna come in and get a flank for a team fight here. My ult is pretty sloppy, I'm not gonna lie. It's really bad. Like, it's a really like novice Riven move, because what I do is, see, I hesitate after being knocked back from Jace. I hesitate and I throw my ult because I was impatient with my ult, and I was impatient with my ult and I didn't wait to hit them. If I would have waited like half a second later and aimed it more to the left, I would have killed Jace with the Wind Slash and then flashed and killed Ari, and that would have been a double kill for me. But unfortunately, because I was impatient with my ult, this is one of the mistakes that I have said in my previous videos, is don't be impatient with your ult cast, because it will make you miss kills, as it just did there. So everyone makes mistakes, don't worry about it, just keep playing. So yeah, I flanked the enemy team. As you saw on the map, my team came up and we just sandwiched them in the middle. While I was taking care of Ari and Jace, my team was taking the other 3. So it was a 4v3 down bot, 2v1 because I was so fed up top, and we was able to win that fight pretty easily. Thanks again, guys, for watching episode 5 of my Riven guide. Episode 6 coming out, runes, masteries and summoner spells. So I know everyone's really been looking forward to that, so have no fear, that will be coming. We also got still stream on Twitch again, as I said, www.twitch.tv/Lord Tyzzer. we will have a link in the top left. We will have a link to my YouTube as well in the top left. My YouTube is www.youtube.com/official Tyzzer. I'll have them on screen, and we'll have an annotation in the top left. We've also got the next episode, as per usual. The annotation is in the top right for that, but that will come once we upload that. Also, I'm going to be doing a video for sending in replays, and I'll be doing a video once a week going over one of those replays that I've been sent, and obviously I'll put the video out and I'll explain, but wait for that video to come out, guys. It'll be I'd say give it a day, I'll have that video out, and then you guys can send in your replays, do all your bits and bobs, and then we'll we'll be good, we're fine and dandy. So again, thank you for watching episode 5. I'll see you on the Rift.